young people with disabilities to participate in the Global IT Challenge for Youth with Disabilities 2023 in the United Arab Emirates from October 23rd through 29th. With the competition steadily growing since the 1990s, this year we'll see about 1,700 individuals competing from 18 countries, both online and in person. Minister of Social Affairs, Veterans, and Youth Rehabilitation, and Chairman of the Disability Action Council, Chia Someti, has championed the disability sector since taking office in late August. The General Secretariat of Cambodia's Disability Action Council asked that the public join in encouraging the disabled youth of the Kingdom of Cambodia to succeed for the sake of the motherland. While 4 young Cambodians are heading to Abu Dhabi, an additional 19 will also be participating in the online competition from October 25th through 27th. The Cambodian delegation will also participate in the Inclusive and Innovation Forum to discuss and approve the Abu Dhabi Agreement on the future development of digital information technology for persons with disabilities. This year's competition includes 6 categories, including designing a smart car, solving life problems with the internet, and content creation. Cambodia's Southeast Asian neighbors are competing, in addition to countries as far away as Ethiopia, Mongolia, and Pakistan. South Korea's Ministry of Health and Ministry of Foreign Affairs are hosting the event in the United Arab Emirates at the end of this month. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. At the invitation of the King of Saudi Arabia, Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet led a high-level delegation to the inaugural ASEAN Gulf Cooperation Council Summit in Riyadh on Friday. While there, he was able to connect with the Saudi King, a Saudi CEO, and the Vietnamese Prime Minister. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
According to the press release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the conference, Prime Minister Hun Manet emphasised the important role of trade and investment in fostering economic growth and sustainability. He highlighted the crucial need to further support free and open trade, stimulate investment and create a conducive environment for the promoting business in the 2 regions in line with the economic trends of the 21st century and in response to global uncertainties. He urged the GCC and the Asian leaders to explore new sources of growth in key areas such as connectivity, digital economy, green energy transaction, banking and finance, regional supply chains and artificial intelligence. In the face of the food insecurity growth with climate change, he urged the GCC members to explore the possibility for further agricultural investment in addition to exchanging technologies, research and best practices, especially in developing the halal food industry. The Cambodian Prime Minister also expressed concern and regret over the escalating violence in the Middle East, saying that GCC members are in a unique position to broker a peaceful solution to the violence, which has already taken the life of the Cambodian veterinary student. He emphasised the need to provide full access to humanitarian aid and for the people of Gaza, half which are children. He also called for the immediate release of the Hamas hostages. The leaders agreed to continue the conference on a biannual basis, with the next one being held in Malaysia 2025. The Prime Minister also met with Saudi Arabia's King to discuss building stronger ties between the 2 countries in trade, investment and energy. They agree that the Saudi embassy will be open in Cambodia, complete with visa exemptions for diplomats and officials. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The Cambodian Red Cross delivered humanitarian aid for over 2,000 families in Phnom Penh's southwestern district of Dong Khao yesterday, after flooding caused damage to houses and infrastructure. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Deputy Secretary-General of the Cambodian Red Cross, Manari Sapek, and Phnom Penh Governor Kong Sreng held donation ceremonies at 2 pagodas in the area, where they also donated relief aid packages at the monks at the Kampong Gandol and Plek Talong pagodas. Each family were given 25 kilos of rice, 1 case of noodles, 10 cans of fish, 1 kit comprising of mosquito net, blanket, sarong and klama. They were also given 6 bottles of fish sauce, 1 case of drinking water and 30,000 reals, which is about $7.27. In total, 2,101 families in Dong Khao were affected by the heavy flooding over the weekend. This time last year, an estimated 85,482 households in 14 provinces have been reported to be affected by floods, with houses, infrastructure, roads, schools and health centres and agriculture land inundated. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The Ministry of Health detailed preventative measures as pink eye infections spread in some of Cambodia's provinces. Yesterday, the ministry issued a statement highlighting the symptoms of conjunctivitis, in which the white part of the eye becomes pink, red, or swollen, especially in the morning. Those infected experience watery eyes, inflammation, itchiness, irritation, and sometimes pus coming from the infected area. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
Pink eye is caused by a virus that can be mixed with common cold or other respiratory illnesses. The infection intensity spreads from one eye and can be spread to another within a few days. It is highly contagious from person to person, but can be managed with good hygiene. The ministry instructed people to wash their hands with soap and warm water for at least 30 seconds, or to use alcohol-based sterilizer if the soap is unavailable. Clean hands are especially important before and after applying eye drops or ointment. Patients should avoid touching or rubbing their eyes to prevent further irritation and the spread of disease. With clean hands, people should wash any discharge from around their eyes several times a day using a clean, wet washcloth or fresh cotton ball. Throw away the cotton balls after use and wash used washcloths and hot water and detergent, then wash their hands again with soap and warm water. Households with pink eyes should also wash pillows, blankets, mattresses and towels frequently in hot water and soap. The Ministry of Health says that most cases of conjunctivitis are mild and the infection usually goes away within 7 to 14 days without the need of treatment and without long-term complications. In some cases, viral eye infections take 2 to 3 weeks or more to heal. Doctors may prescribe antibiotics such as eye drops or ointments to reduce the duration of the infection and the risk of spreading to others. For more information, citizens can contact the Ministry of Health hotline number 115 for free, contacting the ministry directly. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
តើលោកអ្នកចិត្តរៀបអាពាហ៍ពិពាហ៍មែនទេហើយពិបាករកក្រុមហ៊ុនថតវីដេអូផ្សាយផ្ទាល់ដែលមានគុណភាពមែនទេអស់កង្វល់រ៉ាទីកាជាក្រុមហ៊ុនទទួលស្គាល់លំដាប់អន្តរជាតិលើសេវាកម្មថតផ្សាយផ្ទាល់គ្រប់កម្មវិធីកម្រិត 4K ដំបូងបង្អស់នៅកម្ពុជារ៉ាទីកាប្រើប្រាស់ឧបករណ៍ទំនើបម៉ាកល្បីៗធានាគុណភាពការផលិតតាមបច្ចេកវិទ្យាទាន់សម័យរ៉ាទីកានឹងជួយធ្វើឲ្យកម្មវិធីលោកអ្នកកាន់តែមានភាពអស្ចារ្យលោកអ្នកនឹងបានឃើញរាល់សកម្មភាពក្នុងពិធីទៅលើកញ្ចក់ទូរទស្សន៍ទំហំធំកម្រិត 4K និងការបញ្ចាំងលើផ្ទាំងក្រណាត់សព្រមទាំង LED ដែលមានរូបភាពច្បាស់ត្រជាក់ភ្នែកសូមអញ្ជើញកក់ពីឥឡូវនេះតាមរយៈលេខទូរស័ព្ទ012 823 848 017 838 889និង016 823 848រ៉ាទីកាទំនុកចិត្តការទទួលខុសត្រូវនិងគុណភាពខ្ពស់រ៉ាទីកា Entertainment ក្រុមតន្ត្រីអាជីពកំសាន្តបែបស្រាលពីរោះមិនថ្លង់ភ្ញៀវរំភើបចិត្តពិធីរឹតតែអស្ចារ្យ Relax រ៉ាទីកា Entertainment ញ៉ាំងឲ្យកម្មវិធីលោកអ្នកកាន់តែមានភាពអធិកអធមរ៉ាទីកា Entertainment ក្រុមតន្ត្រីដ៏ល្អសម្រាប់ក្រុមគ្រួសារលោកអ្នកសូមអញ្ជើញកក់ពីឥឡូវនេះសម្រាប់កម្មវិធីលោកអ្នកតាមរយៈលេខទូរស័ព្ទ017 838 889 012 823 848និង016 823 848
If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. EAC News' passionate team of reporters, writers, cameramen, and video editors are hard at work around the clock, bringing you world-class reports on everything from local and regional news to the latest international stories and the most dramatic footage from around the world. It takes meetings, research, phone calls, and emails. And that's before we even get out of the newsroom and onto the set.
I'm Anthony Ellis, a news reporter for EAC News. Thanks for watching.
Cambodian tourist to China. I'm Kristen Winters. I'm a news reporter with EAC News. Thank you for watching.
I'm Darshana Gauchan, EAC News reporter. Thanks for watching us.
I'm Dekha Nim, Sales and Marketing Manager at EAC News. Thank you for joining us.
I am Honsare Ward, EAC News Channel Manager. Thank you for watching us.
EAC News, English language news show, Cambodia's most comprehensive, the Daily Roundup on the EAC News channel, shooting interviews into the field. And those pieces to camera. Join us and subscribe. We wouldn't want you to miss a thing. The Daily Roundup on the EAC News channel. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
You're watching EAC News.
Thanks for joining us.
Watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet met with former Japanese Foreign Minister and former Vice President of the Liberal Democratic Party, Komura Masahiko, yesterday. That same day, the Japanese dignitary also met with his father, former Prime Minister Hun Sen. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Mr. Masahiko congratulated Prime Minister Hun Manet on assuming his new role in late August, following an election for which Japan did not send observers out of concern. The Japanese dignitary praised the rapid development of Cambodia, crediting the former Prime Minister Hun Sen. The Prime Minister welcomed Mr. Masahiko's visit to Cambodia and welcomed their reunion after meeting in Tokyo 5 years ago when Hun Manet led a youth delegation to visit Japan. Along with celebrating the 70th anniversary of Cambodia-Japan diplomatic ties in 2023, Prime Minister Hun Manet took the opportunity to thank the Japanese government and its people for supporting Cambodia in its recovery from the civil war up to present day. He stressed the stability of Cambodia's foreign policy, especially in the bilateral relations between Cambodia and Japan, hoping the cooperation between the two countries will increase in all areas, especially in the fields of tourism, investment and people-to-people communication. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. A senior civil aviation official said that currently the number of air passengers traveling through the new Siem Reap Angkor International Airport is at an average of 2,600 per day after opening only last week. Yesterday, civil aviation spokesperson Sin Chansaraivuta said that at present the new airport services 17 one-way flights and 34 round-trip flights. He said that after the official opening of the Siem Reap Angkor International Airport on October 16th, the number of air passengers increased significantly to 2,600 per day, with about 80% of seats filled on each aircraft. There are currently 7 airlines flying in and out of the new airport, including 6 foreign companies and 1 local. The airport is 40 kilometers from Angkor Wat and 51 kilometers from Siem Reap. Its International Air Transport Association code is SAI, and its International Civil Aviation Organization code is VSDA. SAI has 38 terminals and is able to handle 7 million passengers and 65,800 flights per year, and transport 10,000 tons of air cargo, which it aims to double by 2040. As of October 23rd, the airport employs 447 staff members, including 82 Chinese management and technical staff and 365 Cambodian staff. The airport will be operated by Chinese businesses for 55 years, based on the $1.1 billion loan agreement. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Hun Manet ordered the withdrawal of Cambodian Blue Helmet troops and the destruction of all military equipment in Mali at the request of the United Nations. The Prime Minister asserted that the current situation in Mali had prompted the withdrawal of UN Blue Helmet peacekeeping troops from the country after militants attacked UN troops. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
The military junta that took control of Mali in 2020 has ordered the UN Stabilization Mission in Mali to withdraw as soon as possible. The UN has agreed, but has asked for the allowance of safe and secure withdrawal, which is promised to complete by December 31st, 2023. Over the next 2 months, 13,000 peacekeepers from 10 of the countries will leave the mission behind as fears mount the fighting will intensify between troops and armed factions and for control of the territory. Mali has been called the deadliest place to be a peacekeeper since UN began its mission in 2013. Over 300 peacekeepers have lost their lives amid continuing extremist violence and rampant insecurity across much of the northern and central Mali. The council terminated its mandate in June following a request by the country's military government. In November 2022, 3 Cambodian peacemakers were injured in a mine blast in Mali, where their vehicle drove over an improvised explosive device in the central part of the country. 1 month later, Cambodia sent 173 blue helmets to Mali to conduct airport management and demining missions. Cambodia has sent over 8,000 peacekeepers to 9 countries since 2006, often with missions related to demining. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
Cambodia touted its achievements in democracy during the July elections, often citing the participation of 18 parties on the ballot. Earlier this month, 13 of those parties officially joined with the Cambodian People's Party, or CPP, to form an alliance in response to the announcement of 4 opposition parties joining together. This morning, the CPP continued to consolidate power, signing an alliance with 27 total political parties under the chairmanship of CPP President, former Prime Minister Hun Sen. Hun Sen said that he had initially received requests from only 18 parties to form an alliance with the CPP, but that the number had risen to 27. Little to no detail was given on the additional parties, and only 18 parties in total appeared on July's ballot. 4 parties, including the opposition Candlelight Party, formed their own alliance on October 11th to challenge the CPP's dominance by forming the, quote, Alliance for the Future. It is not clear where Royalist Party Funcinpec stands in the emerging alliances, as the only other party to hold seats in Cambodia's National Assembly. Funcinpec holds 5 seats, while the CPP holds the remaining 120. According to the CPP president, the alliance of 28 political parties is meant to strengthen national unity and to mobilize patriotic forces to maintain peace and political stability to ensure the country's long-term development. The 28 parties have agreed on 8 key points, which are vaguely worded and open to interpretation. These include eliminating extremist politics from Cambodia, strengthening cooperation, pledging to uphold the Constitution, safeguarding Cambodia's independence, and arranging elections in accordance with the principles of multi-party liberal democracy, a principle which some say was violated in July elections, where the CPP won a landslide victory and only one other party of the 18 managed to gain seats in the National Assembly. Previously, the CPP had held all 125 seats following the dissolution of the major opposition party ahead of the 2018 election. Hun Sen said that the alliance will build a culture of dialogue and strengthen democracy in Cambodia. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The body of a Cambodian veterinary student was repatriated from Israel yesterday, having been killed during the Hamas attacks in Israel earlier this month. The Prime Minister says he continues to monitor the situation of the 454 students remaining in the volatile area. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Today, Prime Minister Hun Manet confirmed the body of the Cambodian student who was killed in Israel on October 7th arrived in Phnom Penh yesterday for the family to lay him to rest in a traditional ceremony. He stressed that since the violence between Palestine and Israel escalated early this month, the real government of Cambodia has been monitoring the safety of more than 400 Cambodian students and cooperating with Israel authorities. He said he monitors the situation of Cambodian citizens in Israel 4 times a day, and he will not give up until the chaos has ended. He also said that Israel government has set up a safety zone 300 kilometers away from the Israel-Gaza border. Chan Udom is a third-year student at the Facility of Veterinary Medicine of the Royal University of Agriculture. His hometown is Kotom district in Kandal province. He had been studying in Israel for less than a month when he was killed during the Hamas attack. Hamas launched an unannounced attack in Israel on October the 7th, firing thousands of rockets and deploying troops in Israel territory, indiscriminately killing civilians. Israel's response has killed nearly 6,000 Palestinian civilians so far, and according to the Palestinian Health Ministry, over half of Gaza's population is children. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. While inaugurating a new hospital outside of Phnom Penh this morning, Prime Minister Hun Manet promoted his vision for a quality healthcare sector in which people come first. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Speaking at the opening ceremony of the Techo Sante Phip National Hospital this morning, the Prime Minister said that the Cambodian government will always be with the people, with a vision that all Cambodians will receive better health care and have access to qualified doctors. He promised that the government will ensure that the healthcare workers have ethics and professionalism, training, and the hospitals across the country will be adequately supplied with medicine and supplies to fulfill their duties. He promised that the first phase of the administration's economic Pentagon strategy would focus on well-being of all Cambodians. Infrastructure is a priority of the Pentagon strategy, and the Prime Minister noted that the medical facilities and digital technologies must be strengthened to meet his government goals. He also said the government is prepared to respond to any epidemic in the future and ensure that the lives of Cambodians people and that the government is not afraid to spend money to protect its citizens. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. During the interim between his time as Prime Minister and his upcoming role as President of the Senate, former Prime Minister Hun Sen remains President of the Cambodian People's Party and continues to meet with foreign leaders and business people. Earlier this month, he met with President of the Nippon Foundation, Yohei Sasakawa, who recommended the former Prime Minister's leadership skills be written down and studied. Today, former Prime Minister Hun Sen met with Kimura Masahiko, Japan's former Minister of Foreign Affairs and the former Vice President of the Liberal Democratic Party of Japan. During the meeting, the Japanese dignitary echoed much of the praise Mr. Sasakawa lavished on the former Prime Minister just 2 weeks ago, lauding him as a hero who liberated Cambodia from the Pol Pot regime and led the country to progress, peace, and prosperity. Like most who meet with the president of the Cambodian People's Party, the Japanese dignitary expressed surprise and admiration for the visible development Cambodia has undergone in the last 25 years under the leadership of Hun Sen and with billions of dollars in foreign loans. The two dignitaries expressed their satisfaction and pleasure at the progress of the comprehensive strategic relationship between the two countries, and they congratulated each other on keeping the peace in Cambodia since 1990. The two will jointly celebrate the 70th anniversary of Cambodia-Japan diplomatic relations